The US dollar has reigned supreme in global finance for nearly a century. Its journey to dominance began in the early 20th century, but it was after World War II that the dollar truly cemented its place as the world's primary reserve currency. Since the end of World War II, it has served as the world's primary reserve currency. The Bretton Woods Agreement in 1944 established the dollar's central role in the global economy, linking it to gold and making it the backbone of international trade. This dominance has given the United States immense economic and political power. The ability to print the world's reserve currency has allowed the US to influence global markets and political landscapes significantly. Countries and corporations rely on the dollar for trade and investment. From oil transactions to international loans, the dollar is the preferred currency, ensuring its widespread use and acceptance. This reliance on the dollar has allowed the US to borrow at lower costs. The demand for US Treasury bonds, seen as a safe investment, has kept interest rates low, benefiting the American economy. It has also given the US significant leverage in international affairs. The dollar's dominance means that US sanctions can have far-reaching impacts, influencing the policies and actions of other nations. However, the global landscape is shifting. Emerging economies are growing rapidly, and their influence on the global stage is increasing. New economic powers are emerging, and the dollar's dominance is being challenged. Countries like China and India are pushing for a more multipolar currency system, reducing their reliance on the dollar and promoting their own currencies in international trade. Additionally, the rise of digital currencies and blockchain technology presents new challenges and opportunities. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and state-backed digital currencies are gaining traction, potentially reshaping the future of global finance. As the world becomes more interconnected, the dynamics of global finance are evolving. Economists and policymakers are debating the future role of the dollar and how it will adapt to these changes. The dollar has weathered many storms, from financial crises to geopolitical shifts. Its resilience has been a cornerstone of its enduring reign. But as new economic powers rise and technology advances, the future of the dollar's dominance is uncertain. Will it continue to reign supreme, or will a new era of financial multipolarity emerge? Only time will tell how the reign of the dollar will evolve in this rapidly changing world. One thing is certain: the landscape of global finance is on the brink of transformation. The US dollar's dominance is showing signs of weakening. Several factors contribute to this trend. Emerging economies, particularly China, are playing an increasingly important role in the global economy. These countries are seeking to reduce their reliance on the dollar. Additionally, the US has accumulated a massive national debt. This raises concerns about the long-term stability of the dollar. Furthermore, the weaponization of the dollar through sanctions has made some nations wary of relying too heavily on it. China, the world's second-largest economy, is strategically positioning its currency, the yuan, for a more prominent global role. China has been promoting the use of the yuan in international trade and investment. It has also established currency swap agreements with numerous countries. These moves are part of a broader effort to challenge the dollar's dominance. China aims to internationalize the yuan and establish it as a viable alternative to the dollar. This would give China greater economic and geopolitical influence. China's Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, is a massive infrastructure development project that has captured the world's attention. Launched in 2013 by President Xi Jinping, the BRI aims to enhance global trade routes and foster economic cooperation on an unprecedented scale. Spanning across Asia, Africa, and Europe, the BRI seeks to connect China to these regions through a vast network of roads, railways, ports, and other critical infrastructure. This ambitious project is often compared to the ancient Silk Road, which facilitated trade and cultural exchange between the East and the West for centuries. The initiative has significant implications for global trade and finance. By improving transportation and logistics, the BRI aims to reduce the cost and time of shipping goods, thereby boosting trade efficiency. This could lead to increased economic growth not only for China, but also for the participating countries. The BRI is seen as a way for China to expand its economic and political influence. Through investments and partnerships, China is strengthening its ties with countries across the globe. This has led to both opportunities and challenges as nations navigate the complexities of increased Chinese presence in their economies. Additionally, The BRI promotes the use of the yuan in international trade and investment. By encouraging the adoption of its currency, China aims to reduce its reliance on the US dollar and enhance its financial sovereignty. This move is part of a broader strategy to position the yuan as a global currency. The BRI is a long-term project, and its full impact remains to be seen. While some countries have already benefited from improved infrastructure and increased trade, others are cautious about the potential debt and dependency that may arise. As the initiative continues to evolve, its success will depend on the collaboration and mutual benefits shared by all participating nations. Section 5. America's Economic Crossroads. The United States faces significant economic challenges that could further erode the dollar's dominance. The U.S. has a large trade deficit, indicating that it imports more goods and services than it exports. This imbalance contributes to the flow of dollars out of the country. Additionally, the U.S. manufacturing sector has declined in recent decades. This decline has resulted in job losses and a decrease in economic competitiveness. Addressing these challenges is crucial for maintaining the dollar's strength. Section 6. A world in transition. The global economic landscape is undergoing a period of significant transition. The rise of emerging economies, particularly China, is reshaping the balance of power. This shift has implications for global trade, investment, and currency markets. The transition is creating both opportunities and challenges for different countries. It remains to be seen how this transition will unfold and what the long-term consequences will be for the global economy. Section 7. The currency battlefield. The competition between the US dollar and the Chinese yuan is intensifying. Both countries are vying for greater influence in the global financial system. The outcome of this competition will have profound implications for the global economy. If the yuan were to replace the dollar as the world's primary reserve currency, it would significantly alter the global balance of power. The US would lose its privileged position, and China would gain substantial economic and political leverage. Section 8. Cooperation or conflict. The relationship between the US and China is complex and multifaceted. The two countries are economic rivals, but they are also deeply interconnected. They are each other's largest trading partners. The future of the global economy depends on whether the US and China can manage their rivalry peacefully and find ways to cooperate. A breakdown in relations between the two countries would have severe consequences for the entire world. Section 9. The future of global finance. As we stand on the brink of a new era, the landscape of global finance is undergoing a profound transformation. The future of global finance is uncertain. Rapid technological advancements, geopolitical shifts, and evolving economic policies are all contributing to a dynamic and unpredictable environment. The US dollar's dominance is being challenged as emerging economies seek to assert their influence on the global stage. But it is too early to say whether the Chinese yuan will replace it. The yuan is gaining traction, but it faces significant hurdles, including regulatory challenges and the need for greater transparency. The global economy is becoming increasingly multipolar. Countries are diversifying their reserves and exploring alternative currencies to reduce their reliance on the dollar. It is possible that a multipolar currency system will emerge, where no single currency holds absolute dominance, with multiple currencies playing significant roles. This could lead to a more balanced and equitable global financial system. This system would be more complex and unpredictable than the current dollar-dominated system. The interplay between different currencies could introduce new risks and opportunities. However, it could also be more stable and resilient in the long run. A diversified currency system might better withstand economic shocks and reduce the impact of any single country's economic policies. The future of global finance will be shaped by the choices that countries make in the years to come. International cooperation, regulatory frameworks, and technological innovations will all play crucial roles in determining the direction of global finance. Blockchain technology and digital currencies are also poised to revolutionize the financial landscape. These innovations promise greater efficiency, security, and inclusivity in financial transactions. Central banks around the world are exploring the potential of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, which could transform how money is issued and circulated. Financial inclusion is another critical aspect of the future of global finance. Efforts to provide access to financial services for underserved populations are gaining momentum, driven by technological advancements and policy initiatives. Sustainable finance is also becoming increasingly important. Investors and institutions are recognizing the need to address environmental, social, and governance (ESG) factors in their decision-making processes. In conclusion, the future of global finance is a complex and evolving landscape. It will be shaped by a multitude of factors, including technological advancements, geopolitical shifts, and the collective actions of nations and institutions. As we navigate this uncertain future, one thing is clear: the global financial system will continue to evolve, driven by innovation, collaboration, and the pursuit of a more inclusive and sustainable world.